Canavare, mame. Are Canavare, mame. Bafana bana se ba le teng. Ke ditaba tse le tsamakeneng. Bona hape ha ka pala metix. Okay, let me address the facts. Wa tshwana le abatho. Le tla etsa serele phakati inside.
Dumelang baahi ba Afrika Borwa haholoholo baahi ba Botshabelo Foreisetata. Ke ha ba ne Majadisa Tjhesa ya buang mona. Monna eo semelo sa bophelo se kgolotsang maikutlo. Hoseng wa letsatsi la kajeno lenaneong la mathumisa ho Lesedi FM ho ile ha ba le interview e tswang ke Lesedi FM lenaneong la ditaba la mathumisa e etswa ke Tisetso Mokoena a interview ntate Thembeni Ngangisa ba bua ka ho keteka letsatsi la boikemelo la Botshabelo mme a bua lebitsong la baahi ba Botshabelo e leng ntate Thembeni Ngangisa. Jwale ke etsa clip enana ka sepheo sa hore e mong le mong a tlang ho e thola a e fetisetse digrupung tsohle mang kapa mang ya tla e thola South Africa mona kapa hohle mona a nang le family Botshabelo a e fetisetse Botshabelo a e fetisetse ho bohle ba ba tsebang ba phelang ka hara Botshabelo mme malapa ka hara Botshabelo ha ba e thola ba e bapale ba e mamele le bana ba bona hobane re tsietsing setjhaba sa heso re tsietsing ya ho faolwa history. Hona le batho ba ikemiseditseng ho faola history ho etsa hore history e ba e behe ka mokgwa ba e behang ka teng. Ha e so be le nako e kae empa batho ba sentse ba bua history ya leshano. Ka morao mamela lenaneo lena ke ile ka kgobohelwa haholo mme mofuo ona wa ka utlwa o thanya ka utlwa ke nyekelwa ke mashano e ke a utlwileng a bua hoseng ha letsatsi la kajeno lenaneong leo la mathumisa haholo ka history e faolang le e sokamisang ya motse wa Botshabelo. Mme jwale ke batla ho beha record straight batho ba tsebe hore na hantle nnete ke efeng ka motse wa Botshabelo. Ke re ka le pele ke bue seo Ngangisa a ileng a se bua. Ngangisa o itse ha bua le sebudi o itse Botshabelo e theuwe ka sepheo sa hore ho tlusuwe batho ditoropong ba iswe mo Botshabelo mo batho ba tloswe ditoropong ba tloswe hohle ditoropong makgwana sa ba batle a ba isa Botshabelo. Lena ke leshano le mpipi shano le mpipi le nkgang le tswang ho moetapele o hloka seriti hore hona ha se bofokodi ke lefu hore moetapele wa boemo bo eo ke mo hlomphang eo ke mo ratang eo ke labalabelang ho dula ke mo hlompha ka dinako tsohle empa ke ka dumela hore motho a faole history re be re thola fela a tle ka leshano le mpipi le nkgang. O re Botshabelo e tena e ba teng hobane makgowa ana batla ho tlosa batho ditoropong a lo ba lahlela Botshabelo batho ba tloswe Bloemfontein toropong ba isiwe Botshabelo ditoropong tse haufi ho Botshabelo mona batho ba tloswe ba isiwe moo bana ba ka ba Botshabelo setjhaba sa Botshabelo le batho ba sa tsebeng lona batho ba baholo Botshabelo le tseba nnete empa fela le tshaba ho bua hobane le buswa ke le buswa ka situ ka o thola le batho ba nnete la itseba nnete empa se ke hauhela bana ba holetseng ba hlaile morao tjena Botshabelo ba sa tsebe nnete hore na Botshabelo e tlilwa o re no e tlile ka tsela eno ha ileng a bua mono mme ba keteka hore ka di 14 tsa February selemong sa 1989 lekgotla la dinyewe le ile la khilela ka thoko hore Botshabelo e hokelwe o kwakwa yo a e hlalositseng e le homeland o ibileng puisanong ya hae a bontshitseng bofokodi bo boholo a sa tsebe phakeng tsa self-governing territory le independent state. Ke tla tla ho yona ke hlalose ke di empa re ke fe batho nnete na Botshabelo e tlile jwang. Ka ho na le motse pola Botshabelo mono ho thweng ke Thabanchu e ne wela tlasa puso ya Bophuthatswana e neng ya moetsi boipuso ho tswa pusong ya apartheid e ipitsa Republic of Bophuthatswana e le independent state yona le dinaha tse ding tse nne tsa TBVC, Transkei, Bophuthatswana, Venda and Ciskei. Jwalo ka rata Thabanchu ka moo boholo batho ba dulang mono ke barolo Batswana. Jwale ho no ena le batho ba dulang Thabanchu mono e le Basotho ba buang South Sotho. Basotho bana boholo ba bona ne ba dula sebakeng se ho thweng ke Kromdraai. Mme Kromdraai moo mene ba dula teng moo ba ne ba sa fuwe ditshebeletso, ba ne ba kgethollwa ka hore ha se Batswana ha se barolo, ba sa fuwe ditshebeletso tse ne tlameha hore ba di fumane. Ba qobellwa hore bana ba teng ba ithute puo ya Setswana ho sena dikolo tsa Basotho mono Thabanchu mono. Mme ebile ba sena ditshebeletso tse ka reng metsi, ba ne ba nwa metsi a swirichi a neng a phalla a etswa sepetleleng sa Moroka ho mafu ana bitswang the waterborne diseases a neng a bolaya bana ho eshwa bana ba tsheletseng ka letsatsi moo. Ho no ena le bontate ba neng ba ithaopile ba ikentse matitjhere ba rutela bana ba Basotho tlasa difate hobane ho no sena moo ba kenang sekolo teng ka lebaka la puo le ka lebaka la kgethollo e neng e le teng moo Thabanchu. E be le hore dilemong tsa bo 78 ho ba le bontate ba ikgobokanyang. Nka qolla ntate Sisa Ramabodu mona dula Bloemfontein. Sisa Ramabodu ena yo stadium sa ne se joueng tsuo se seng se bitswa Molemela stadium hwa jwa tsuo se ileng hwa faola le history se ileng sa fetwa se ne se reletswe ka yena ntate Sisa Ramabodu mona dula Bloemfontein. Bontate Kgomo Kgomo le yena o na dula Bloemfontein le bontate ba bang ba Botshabelo, bontate be ka reng ntate Focus re mopola ka hlompho, ntate Khumalo re mopola ka hlompho le bontate ba bang ba bangata, bontate Phalane ba ne ba dula mo Kromdraai. E be le hore ba tla kwa ba approacha puso ya Dikwankwetla ya Dr. Tsiane Kenneth Mopedi ba kopa intervention ya hae ya hore na ho ka etsuwa jwang hore Basotho ba ntshuwe sebakeng seno seo ba phelang ho sona se bitswang Kromdraai, ba fuwe sebaka se senna. Ya ba lentswe la bona le haelwa lesaka mme ba theelwa tsebe. Dr. TK Mopedi ya ba o qala dipuisano le mmuso wa bohareng wa Afrika Borwa le mmuso wa Bophuthatswana tlasa boetapele ba Kgosi Lucas Mangope hobaneng area eno ne wela tlasa puso ya Bophuthatswana. Letona le neng le sebetsa taba tseo ka ke tsebe bengangisa ba etse ba tabeng. Letona le neng le sebetsa taba tseo e ne le letona le ho thwe ke MC Botha. He was the Minister of Bantu Administration. Ya ba lona le emelang Afrika Borwa dipuisanong tseo. Dipuisano tseno di ile tsa tshwarwa ho fihlella ho nkwa qeto ya hore ho etsuwe referendum ho shekwa hore na ke Basotho ba bakae ba batlang ho tsamaya mo Thabanchu. Ya ba ho tshwarwa referendum of mana hore there was overwhelming support ya hore Basotho ba tswe ka ga Thabanchu ba fumantshwe sebaka ka moraro fumanwe ba fumane support eo ba ileng ba e thola eo ya dipuisano tsena tsa tswela pele ka hore jwale ho tla tlameha hore puso ya Afrika Borwa e tle kgone hore e reke polasi moo Basotho ba tla ya teng mme ya ba ho rekwa polasi tsena tse pedi e nngwe lebitso la ene e ne le Onverwacht yena yo ngangisa ha Sebudi Mokoena tisetswa moo tsa hore na ho bolla ntho ena ya expropriation of land ha e sa le ntse le teng ke ha Themelekana a ya kwana because o nahana hore the way kelello tsa bona di leng ba shebelang dintho haufi ka teng, o nahana hore expropriation le idea ya expropriation of land ke hona e qalang ho tla nou tjenana. Kgale le teng expropriation of land, but ka nako ene le expropriation of land with compensation. E ntse tsekwa ke ba mekgatlo ya dipolotiki ka jeno ke without compensation. Expropriation of land la nna etsahala ha o tla ba le tshiame kwa wa ba le bo beula wa ba le bo diatalawa dipolasi tsena ha o no ekeletswa kwa naha mmuso wa kwa la expropriate di land tseno ba makgwa ano a neng a ouna dipolasi tseno ile a patala, it was with compensation. Le botshabelo mo bile jwalo ba ile ba ntsha mono ba re kwa polasi eno. Mme history ya batho ba botshabelo e tshwana hantle le ya bana ba Israele ha ba ne ba tloa Egepeta ba tswa bogobeng Egepeta ba ya Palestina ba ya Kanana lefatsheng la pallo le o neng ho thwe le kolla mahedi dinotsi ya ba he ka selemo sa 1979 deal eo ya pasa ya ba polasi eno ya rekwa ho thwe ke Onverwacht. Ha o qeta ho rekwa polasi eno ho thwe ke Onverwacht le ena ye nngwe polasi ya ba Dr. Tsiame Kenneth Mopedi, monna wa modimo ye modimo a neng a re file ena, mohlanka wa modimo yeo modimo a na re file ena, o re sebaka sena re tla se tjhentjha ha eno tswela pele ba Onverwacht. Sebaka sena tla ba botshabelo ba Basotho, botshabelo ba Basotho. Ngangisa ha hlalose hona le ntse lena botshabelo le tswa kae le tswa ho mang. Wa thusa sebaka sena tla ba botshabelo ba Basotho, a place of refugee. Ya Basotho ba tla lo dula moo ba ntse ba Kromdraai. Ya ba ka 1979 ho tswa dilori tsa mmuso wa kwa di ditente le bahlanka ba mmuso wa kwa ba bantse ba phela le ka jeng lena. Huwa botshabelo ho lo ntshuwa batho bane ba sutlwang botshabelo ba ile tsetsa ditente mane botshabelo ba tswa thabantsho ba lo tsetsa ditente. Gwa ba le mo go sumono ho lwana ba thuthunya batho mo bontate khumalo le ba bang bana ba ntse ba ena dikulo mmeleng ya bona ba hlokaetse ntse bana dikulo go betwa basadi masole a beta basadi ba Basotho go etsuwa ntho tsena ka ofela tse ntwe tse motho a ka ditsa motho e mong ya ba gona o ntshuwa ba isuwa thabang botshabelo mo ba etsetswa ditente. Ga ba ka etsetswa ditente ba qala ho haelwa dikolo ba haelwa matlo go ya ba di difeme sepetlele seo se mo ha so a ntate rona bua mona ke se le makeshift ntse le sepetlele sa nakwana le ka jeno ka mora le motse 46 sepetlele se ntse le sa nakwana. Ke ka hona ke re history ya bana ba Israele ya batho ba botshabelo e tshwana le history ya bana ba Israele ha di a fapana hakalo. Ha o sheba bana ba Israele ha ba ne ba tloa Egepeta bogobeng ba ya lefatsheng la pallo e leng Kanana ya bona, Bibele e re ba nkile dilemo tse 40 empa o sheba the distance between Egypt and Palestina mo mana ba iswa teng mono ke distance e ka tlase go sekete e leng hore go tloa ka sefofane Egypt go ya Palestina mono ke distance e ka nkang awara ka sefofane, ka koloi ke distance e ka nkang mo di hora tse seng kae bo 7-8 hours go ya mo ka koloi. Empa o tlo ba nkile 40 years go tsamaya ka maoto ke ntho ka bankang maybe kgwedi o sa o tse pedi, empa o tlo ba nkile dilemo tse 40 ba le felleng ba ntse ba tsamaya ba ya mono ha ba itse le botshabelo ka jeno ha ke compare ena le 46 years le teng botshabelo ena le 46 years ka 2019 etsa 40 years. Ke la nna ra bua ra re e kwetse le motsane tsa ba Israel batho ba botshabelo ntse ba phela ka thata he ba development e tsaitseng mo botshabelo ke e tsaitseng from 1979 ho fihla 1989 ha khoto e re kwa e se ka yang ka botshabelo go tloa ka 1989 go fitlela ka jeno ke ntho ngwe le ngwe stopa development e tsaitseng ka 10 years o fitlela le development e tsaitseng ka 36 years yena ya puso yena ya bona eo wa bona hore 10 years ela ebile le morokotso go feta batho bana ba la bona development go feta ya matlo e ba ileng ba haelwa ba la bona development go feta ya difeme tse ba ileng ba di haelwa le spetlele stadium di dikolo tse ngata tse ntse di tshwana le tsena tsa kwako ha hona puso go tloa mo itse ka 1994 le botshabelo ya eba west development e bang e teng ka ga botshabelo ka sheno ke mmolo wono le teng ha se wa mmuso kwa private is a private initiative ha ona ntho kgolo e mmuso o etseditseng baahi ba botshabelo e fetang e ileng ya tswa ke mmuso wane wa 1979 ho fihlela 1989 ha khoto ere ba tloe ke eng e betere eo ba yentseng eo batho ba ba yentseng mo jwale re ke hlalose he hore na hona le motho mongwe la mpotsa hore na nna ke maketsa kutlwa ntho re radio ntse o bua ka nganisa o ka di rekoto na ke bua from records. I've got the minutes of meetings between South African government kwa government and Bophuthatswana government how no negotiatewa ntho ya botshabelo ke bo MC border ha hona mo hlaelang ngangisa mono ha tse ba le next bo ngangisa ke batho ba ne ba etswa Transkei motho e mongwe mputsitse gore motho ena o utlwala le Xhosa o tsebang ka botshabelo a mpotsa motshare le fule le ke le lona be ke re go hlalosetse o tsebang ka botshabelo hona le montso tsa bo 1979 ke ha puso ya apartheid e fa mahae gore ebe mahae a ikemetseng independent states kwa ha ka batloa ile part of independent states kwa has always been part of South Africa it is a self-governing state ke ruta ngangisa jwale kwa le Bophuthatswana le di sa tshwane ka status dinaha tse nne fela mahae ya 4 kona la amoela boipuso KwaZulu KwaNdebele kaNgwane Kazangulu Leboa and Kwakwa refused independence a la Pretoria ba ile ba hana ba this is a toy independence rona we are part and parcel of South Africa ke ka mo Dr. TK Mopedi ala bua le Dr. Korenhof are Korenhof ho amohela boipuso ke o ikhanga ka lerapo molaleng Dr. Mangosu Thwele Buthelezi yena o la ba re Dr. Korenhof is a skunk he ba ke yena na negotiator Korenhof ke yena na speed Korenhof ke yena na negotiator taba ya go mahaya nke boipuso only 4 homelands balabang ka boipuso toy independence from Pretoria elen Transkei Bophuthatswana Venda and Ciskei ba bitswa TBV state member ba mahae ya ba bala ba resista ha holo ka Transkei ba re rona ga ba tlo ba homeland e ikemetseng go ba jwale ha ke ya Transkei se ke tlo ka Bophuthatswana se ke tla ka nna gore ke be le passport ngwana matric ha sa hlola ngola 1 exam ona kwa ka ba tloga na le passport ne re ngola exam le ngwana Soweto ha dula ka 2 o'clock kwa ngola English ngwana kwa le ena o dutse ka 2 o'clock kwa ngola English ha ngwana Soweto a dutse ka 9 o se ngola mathematics wa matric lo kwa ngola mathematics so pampiri ne setwa tswa Pretoria ngola thosona certificate sa matric se ne se tswa Pretoria certificate sa ngwana kwa se ne se tshwana le certificate sa ngwana Pretoria se ngo Republic of South Africa mara sa Bophuthatswana tsa Venda Ciskei Transkei di le dingotswe the Republic of Transkei, Republic of Ciskei, Republic of Bophuthatswana, Republic of Venda ne di sa ngolwa because in le mahae a neng a ipusa a ikemetse ano ene se part and parcel of South Africa so e be lo re man Transkei boholo ba resista batho bo Basotho ba bangata le Maxhosa mangata ba resista puso ya Mathanzima o kanela o sota batho bana ya ba baleya batho bano ha ba baleya boholo ba bona ba baletse Freestata mona ya ba baleela Bloemfontein ba bang ba thola monyetla ona wa sebaka sena ile botshabelo ba Basotho ya ba kenella mono botshabelong ba Basotho ile bo senemi tsa bona ke bo ka di swa botshabelo tla fumana ba etapele ba yinsi boholo ke bo Mbalula ke bo Nompondo, ke bo Nganisa le ba bang ba bangata be le hore ke ba hlaya driving ena ya Xhosas, ke ba ileng ba tloha ba neng ba lwantsha independence ya country tseo tsa ya naha ya bona. Then Basotho boholo ba Basotho ba neng ba lwantsha ba ne ba dula bo Heshele bo kae Sterkspruit, boholo ba bona ba ile le bona ba ile ba bo Bloemfontein, ba bang ba tla Qwaqwa. Ha ba fika Qwaqwa mona ga ba fa sebaka mona mo twing pola bo Thekolohelong, wa bona sekolo sa Letlotlo ha o nolwa maqheku. Boholo batho ba dulang ka moo ke batho ba neng ba ba le sethunya sa Mathanzima kwana, ba tla mona Qwaqwa, ba tlo tla batla Qwaqwa. Qwaqwa e la re yona ha ya mohele status seo sa hore e be le hae le ikemetseng ga rona re karolo Afrika Borwa, boipuso go ikhanga ka lerapo molaleng. So e le hore dilemo ha ntse di ka ntho ena tla ile ka 79 ka bo 1988 87 go qalella moferefere Botshabelo, e be le hore batho ba Botshabelo ba re ha ba batle ho hokelwa ho Qwaqwa, go ba le moferefere go bolawa batho ba tjhiseletswa ka ga dibese, bontate nonyana ba tjhiseletswa ka matlong a bona, maboko a bona thunya itse ha maboko a thunya ma-comrade a re viva ha maboko a batho bana ba thunya ba tjhiseletsa batho ka ra bese ya Korostina. I still say may the souls of batho bano ba ileng ba tjhiseletswa ka hara bese ya Korostina haunt them forever. That is why ba photholele ba le leshano ba tsamaya bua mashano ba bona o thone ba hlanya ba iphetutse traffic officer Botshabelo mono ba ema strateng ba khomba dikoloi bana ba ileng ba bola batho ba ka sehloba ne ba palame bese ba tsekiswa fela bana ba tswa rallying ya mokgatlo wa Dikwankwetla ya ba tjhiseletswa ka ra bese e le ga ba batle go fitlella lekgotla la dinyewe le bona hore tshollo ya madi e se le mpe haholo mane ya ba lekgotla la dinyewe le re Qwaqwa Botshabelo ha iska ya wela iska ya hokelo Qwaqwa ene o le shano ha re Botshabelo le ikemela Botshabelo ha ya ka batlo ikemetse e la wela under PAO PAO ho nna le provincial administration e la dielwa under PAO ene ho wela under PAO ya ba development go tloa ka 1989 jwalo ga batho ya ba e metsi ha o kena ka ga Botshabelo o sheba o qeta o feta stadium sa Botshabelo open space yo mo a moraro ho etswe difan ho no tlo etsuwa mafapha mmuso gore ho bolelang ho janeng ebe Botshabelo ha o ka ba le ruling eo Botshabelo ke be le better off ho ja ebe Botshabelo e la nna wela Qwaqwa go ska ba le ruling ya gore Qwaqwa e phule out of Botshabelo would be better off of feta no tjena ha ne kena Botshabelo is west of development molo tso se kana thuswa ke tsona ke molo tsa private tsa batho ba kentseng tšhelete tsa bona tsa mmuso. Sepetlele seo sa Botshabelo is a makeshift hospital ha sa le se etswa se na le 46 years sepetlele seo e ne le sepetlele sa nakwana ha ona se setjha se entsweng ha sa le se etswa ka ena nako eno stadium seo Kaizersborg go ja tsuo ba jile tsuo ha o le mmuso nka puso wa etsa o starta ntho tsa hao botjha na ha e golo ha stadium o se rehe le bitso la hao Kaizersborg ha stadium so tholang se hauwe o botlo tšhentšha le bitso la stadium o le rella ka le bitso la motho e mong wa hao a sa se hahang ke go ja tsuo go jwa tsuo stadium seo ke Botshabelo stadium ga se Kaizersborg stadium seno sa seo sa Botshabelo ha ile hantle go jwe tsuo plus stadium mo di open space seo tse di bona mo no tlamele go na le meago ya mmuso e be le go bonyane 1994 ha fihla e thola boholo ba batho ba Botshabelo e le di professionals ba sebetsa mmuso ba bangata ho teng bana ba Botshabelo ha ba bang ba hlaha difemeng Bloemfontein, ba hlaha difemeng kwana, ba bang ba palama dibese ba ya Bloemfontein bosiu ke di-ladies of the night ka lebaka la tlala eo ba e bolaiswang dilemong tsena. Ke bua ka sebete le baahi ba Botshabelo ba tla mpakela, re bua ka sebete ba bile re bua ka dilemo tse ngata haholo hore Botshabelo e qadile ka 1979. Ka 1989 ntho tseo tse di bonang ka ga Botshabelo, dikolo tseno tse ileng tsa jalwa moo, difeme tseno, stadium, hospital le ditleliniki le tse ding tse ngata ka ga Botshabelo ka mono ke tse entsweng ka lemo tse 10. From 1989 go fitlhella ha re bua tjena ke 36 years. 36 years ena ebile 36 years e lahlehileng le hoja ebe 36 years eo kwa la nna fuwa chance in the last 36 years e kebe Botshabelo e le Kanana ya Basotho, e kebe le Dubai ya Basotho, le kwakwa ena le hoja ka 1994 TK ya ka ba tloela a tswa pusong, re ba re dumela hore se re ileng ka fiwa ka 1994 it was a scam. We were scammed. The people of Kwakwa, people of Botshabelo, people of South Africa were scammed in 1994. They were scammed in 1994 gobane le tseo tse ba neng ba na le tsona tse nyanyana di senyehile, bo Sefikeng ha di sa le dikolo, ha di sa le tsia, di se le hoko ya dikgomo tsa batho ba Lesotho. Makabelane ke hoko di-hostel tsa dikgomo tsa batho ba Lesotho la bona, ba Sefikeng sona ba se jele ba se qetile, ha o sa na ntho e teng ka rata ka mona. Ntho engwe le engwe ke le labulabo ke masupi fela o nyanya ka diroto le mabudi. Ke bua ka sebete ke re lemong tsena tse 30 tse fitileng, Kwakwa would be better off, Botshabelo would be better off. Bana ba Botshabelo ke re ho lona le batswadi ba ka mpakela le mamele clipeng, ntho tse di bonang Botshabelo mo tse teng tse phelang ke tse entsweng ka lemo tse 10 tsa puso ena o langa tho ha e batleng. Ya ba ka 1989 ka di 14 tsa February le gotla la dinyewe Bloemfontein le re Kwakwa etswe, ya ba ntho engwe le engwe staka o tloa tsatsing le lo fihlella ka jeno. Ha o kena ka ga Botshabelo wa bona o nkga poverty ka ga Botshabelo, o nkga poverty, o nkga switch gohle mo tsamang teng go nkga ka ga Botshabelo. That's why bona baetapele ba ntseng ba bua haholo ba dula Bloemfontein, itse ba thola monyetla wa phese ya mmuso, ba dula Bloemfontein boholo ba etapele ba Botshabelo mo ba buang haholo, ba dula Bloemfontein. Why ba ile Bloemfontein? Why ba sa dule amongst their people? Why boholo ba bona ba dula Bloemfontein, ba nkile malapa a bona ba itse Bloemfontein, ba itse Bloemfontein? Ke yona taba ena history ya Botshabelo, ha re tloeleng ho faola history ya Botshabelo. Go tshwana le malapeng, ha ona motho a tsebang ho faola history jwalo ka le sale ka letlale pepilo ka po letlale tsamaya, ha batla ho ja mafa a bana ba mono o tla ba e faola history, ha batswadi ba se ba le siyo a e faole. Matla a pepilwe le matlatsama ba e tseba hampe ho faola history, ba e tseba ya lelapa history ba tla e faola, ba e faole empa tseba go tlila pepuwe lapeng leno a tlo ama habileng ho ja lefalelo ho sa boleng ho bolang go ka se je lefalo ho bolang ka le la matsatsi. Setšhaba sa South Africa borwa se ka ema se re mopheme o hlatsitsweng tsona ka sekgo e ka kgona ho phela. Batho ba Botshabelo le dieisitswe ntshetsopeleng ya lona ka qeto tseno tse ileng tsa nkua le kgelosuwa ke sa pheta le ka jenela ke re Botshabelo o tlamehile be hole hampe go janeng go se ka nna ga ba le ntho tse di etsagala mono. Ha re tloeleng go faola history ya rona, batho ba tsebe nnete rona Botshabelo e tswa kae, ke Botshabelo ba Basotho. Ha ona history ya naha ena e tla bua, ha e bua ka Botshabelo e sa bue ka TK Mopedi, e sa bue ka Kwakwa, e sa bue ka Kromdraai, e sa bue ka Sisa Ramabodu, e sa bue ka Ntate N Kgomo, e sa bue ka Fokase, e sa bue ka Khumalo, e sa bue ka Meme Masunyane le ba bang ba bangata, bo Ntate Phalane, bo Ntate Ntobo, bo Ntate Mpakati ba ba ka mo tseba. Mona Ntate Mpakati o ntsa le teng Botshabelo moo, Mpakati o ntsa le teng Botshabelo, Ntate Phalane o ntsa le teng Botshabelo, Khawashene Polatsela mo ya mo le ipatlele history ya Botshabelo le tlwelo mamela batho ba tlileng ba ba le ba phaphathei mathanzima ba lelekisa kwa mmuso wa mathanzima ba lelekisa ke a leboha. Thank you.
Hey yo,
Uh-huh.
hey yo, what's happening?
Wahenene.
2litreBoiZ Kara Game.
Kasibilate.
Tilaka fihla ka 80.
Like we've said, trying to keep up with the consistency.
Yo.
So we back up in it. It's your boy VICE filling in a game for Pops because he has a whole family to take care of, I guess.
Yeah.
Okacho again, I fell and a little love for this guy.
Aye. He's a serious family man, that guy.
Hey, fix your mic, your face away.
Is it facing the other way?
Yeah, there we go. Okay, guys, welcome back to it. This is the 2litreBoiZ podcast. And as you heard, we started the show off with a little clip from WhatsApp there, discussing some rather sensitive
topics.
Very
sensitive.
Yeah, that, we don't usually talk too much about in today's context. I feel like today's youth doesn't really go into, like, our history as Basotho, specifically Basotho Baqwaqwa.
Yeah.
Just because I don't really want to comment too much about the specifics of that situation there, but I do want us to touch on, or at least reflect back on, like, what Qwaqwa, the sort of Qwaqwa that we remember growing up in. Do you have some particular things that you feel are very obviously missing from at least our childhood when you were growing up, Mel?
Well, I still feel like when I was growing up, when we were growing up, I still feel like things were slightly better, but there was not like a rapid like development. I know if you've listened to the voice note, this might make sense in a way, because if you were at least born in the 90s, you didn't really see what Qwaqwa was like back then. You only saw what had happened. You found everything already
Like
in place.
You saw the aftermath.
You saw the aftermath. But if you were born probably in the 60s and 80s, you probably know exactly how Qwaqwa came about and become whatever it is today, and the history that has been given out throughout the years. We have been told ukuthi ntho e so le so e ne etsahala ka nako tsa bodikwankwetla, ho no etswa ntho e so, matitjhere, manese, maponesa, everyone that was employed by the government, not forgetting that Qwaqwa was a governing state, right? It was not an independent state. It was its own government. It was still part of South Africa, like he said in the clip, that it was part of South Africa. Like things were being done. Hence, our most of our parents met. They met our fathers because they were coming here to Qwaqwa to study.
Yeah.
There's so many cases like that if you like go deeper in it, but as we were growing up, the fact that we saw everything was still nice back then, Back everything we grew up, everything ditsela tsa rona di le perfect. It was not the potholes. We started seeing the potholes lately in the 2000s. So I'm like, there's this thing called pothole. Okay, well, and coming to effect, like you said, Hore, you don't want to go too political on this. I also don't want to go too political on this because people might get touched,
Hey.
It's a very sensitive topic. But our current government, we can like minor point the stuff that they have done into Qwaqwa as a whole. The main thing would be like the pavement, like and then the RDP. I feel like that's the only thing that
That's pretty
really
much it.
did for Qwaqwa.
Yep.
And even if those things, some of them they're not even done properly.
Yeah.
Well, now what do you think?
Well, I think it's a sad state of affairs because I feel like even maybe I tell my daughter about the story.
Yeah, it will be so far gone.
Yeah. If you look at the state of Qwaqwa now, it's been this way for a very long time.
Very, very stagnant.
Meaning, even when we were growing up, like I feel like you could say like it was towards the end of the deterioration and the beginning of the stagnation. So in my opinion, even us, like the generation that feels like, hey, um, we sort of like have an idea, yeah. Because like to be honest, I never went to like Serekisi when they were
They
still
were
held
still
here.
here.
You know, I never saw those things. Like I had
Diponto,
to,
yeah.
yeah,
It
I
was
had
called
to,
Diponto.
yeah, I had to.
It
like,
started here, and then they took it away from
and,
us
yeah,
by Isa Blom.
and called it Makufe.
Back then, they call it Makufe.
Yeah.
That's the Makufe that you guys hear about today.
So like I only heard about those things myself from my parents and stuff. So it's very disheartening because you then start to realize not only like, yeah, I feel like we benefited in the sort of infrastructure that they had already what's still holding on to. Like Manapo was still pretty sufficient. When I was growing up, like Kwakwa Stars was still a thing, so you still saw the lights. Like how am I getting? You could literally see like if the night game is going on, like you could see like it's just bright, like,
there, yeah, the
over
lights,
there. Like
yeah.
it's really cool. So like yeah, and I have gone to actually witness some games, like especially if like the big teams would come through here, like and other events as well that used to still be held. Now it's like I guess every year like they'll hold maybe like two things, yeah, and, it's very very disappointing. But yeah, just so we don't get political about it. But we also can't be cowards about it. This is still like something that we have to talk about as Basotho, as the people that inherited the land. We have to be responsible about it. There's a lot of things today that's happening in Kwakwa that does sort of like seem to want to challenge the very sovereignty of Kwakwa, like who it belongs to, who is, the main person. When I go into shops, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not being assisted by Basotho. And like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only sort of person that has noticed that and is kind of bothered by that,
Because you can't expect Nkgono ka tlohela IST and then half Hitler must just learn a new language.
That's insane, and it also shows the disrespect that whoever is in charge of making these things happen has for the sort of population that's here in Kwakwa, and it speaks to the erosion of dignity that Basotho belong Bakwakwa, like Serebone Ilore, it's been placed upon us, So our police haven't been good for a very, very long time.
Yeah,
I remember
That's a tough one, too.
and they found a bunch of Nyaupe boys and literally same episode.
They
These
let them
guys,
out.
that
was something else to witness, yeah.
Yeah, like it's really something else. So, and all these institutions, they were not built by ANC, like the police stations in Kwakwa, the hospitals in Kwakwa, and most
schools.
importantly, the schools in Kwakwa were not built by them. Yet under them, these things have deteriorated, I would like, or at least the people that regard themselves as in charge, or at least senior above maybe me and Mel and whatever, right? Like the people that know that they could make a difference about this thing and at least start to make some serious change about it. Like, wake up, guys. Like,
I think
once you guys are gone, like I don't think you realize, like, even us talking about this on the podcast, like we can only probably reach, like, I don't know, our friends, a few people here and there. But like we need like real people that are like supposed to be doing this to protect it for the future. Because like otherwise we won't have a Kwakwa for Basotho in the future. And that scares me. That's sad.
Yeah, because listening to that voice note, you start to realize, oh, damn,
Basotho have always been pushed to a corner.
Bro.
And now they're trying to take the last corner that we have.
Damn, bro. Because if you were listening to, I'm not saying, I don't know how true is that, but it sounded like he knows what he's talking about.
Yep.
You know, he knows what he's definitely talking about. So if you look at the people that have migrated from other places to make another place to become whatever it is today, like I won't speak about Botshabelo because I don't stay there. You know, I've only been there by passing and stuff. I'll never speak about what's going on in there. I don't know the how the people Basotho Bada, how are they struggling or how are they surviving. You know, they can comment down below and let us know what's going on. But for Kwakwane, I feel like it's very scary to see Hore. You know, a certain group can just come and then just take over.
That's crazy.
It's
It
just-
shows that like we don't have guardrails.
We don't.
There's no
So
one standing for us.
Basotho must wake up.
Yeah.
Like I keep saying, stop waiting for the government to do stuff for you. Yeah, try to do them.
It never
yourself.
did things for you to
It
begin
never
with.
did that for you.
Never.
Like Kwakwa is it's a living testimony of that.
Yeah, we need to. I know people look at it as a joke or whatever, but like we need to look into restoring Dikwankwetla. We need to look into restoring, well, not restoring because they're already there, but like, we need to go back to like how do we reactivate our kings to work in such a way that it benefits the people. Obviously, there are incentives that the government is giving them, which is why a lot of the kings in South Africa, not just Baba Soto, are so inept. They are being given incentives to not progress their people forward. But yet we keep seeing Maburu that they banale body AfriForum.
Yeah.
Banale body VF.
When are we getting ours?
Like, you know what I'm saying? They're pushing, and those people ensure that like by all means, they're being taken care of. And I was watching Penwell the Black Pen the other day, and he's like, he was talking about like, back then we used to have the bus stands, and like black people were building universities, especially when it just made me think about like, to like, we build everything. And now we've been dragged into this situation where like we've been grouped all together with everyone as if like, we just these black people that don't build anything, and we've just always just relied on white people to get things done. Like, and
We built our own stuff back then.
That narrative should never be allowed to flourish.
Yeah, because
our kids, our grandchildren should know that like we built things, we made institutions. Like what did Domboweni, where did he study? Lesotho University, So like these are people that
True.
we've built. Like Ufihla Kwakwa, they still there's schools that are performing nationally, not just
like to show our education system is very strong here in Kwakwa. Like but Free State, I think stronghold. If you look at those numbers, I'm telling you 100, about maybe 40% of all that 100% probably came out of Kwakwa.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But look at our institutions. No one's taking care of them.
Yep.
We've been deprived of the water that we know is ours.
Is
that
ours.
We know that like we could probably build a couple of more dams just to make sure we could. Even when it comes, that's why I'm like, when it comes to us being able to be self-sufficient away from even the country, Kwakwa is more than capable of that. But just like back then, I understand why we would rather not go that route. Like, it's very important to still be connected to the rest of the country. You know what I'm saying? But in situations like this, where it seems like there is no leadership, like nationally, you know what I'm saying? Which province can raise their hand up and be like, Ramaphosa has been for us? You know what I'm saying? We don't have leadership. And what happens in this situation? I just don't want people to view it as a tribal solution or like a call for us to be tribalistic, but I do feel like people, whenever they're band together, they're believing in the same thing. That's why Maburu in Orania, right? They have certain requirements. Obviously, you got to be white, but you also you can't. They don't accept you if you have a criminal record. You know what I'm saying? They don't accept you if you're not a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are very standard things that them as a people, as a society, they've decided like, look, we are still part of South Africa. We still go out and can have access to Joburg and whatever. But when you come into this territory right here, this is how we run things. And I feel like it would be very beneficial for Basotho because like we've done in Orania before.
Yeah, we've done it.
To act as if like it's so impossible on Chema
We were an independent state, yeah.
It's not innovative. We've done it before. So I need us to remember who we are. Remember who you are. How
do you?
ngwana mphe.
I have a question for you. What do you think would happen if Xhoxho comes together and decides, okay, we want to have an independent, what we had before? What do you think is gonna be? What do you think is gonna be a bigger change for Basotho and Batho?
Obviously, we'll finally know what's up with the budget in Kwakwa. Just to that's the thing. It and this is again, guys. This is taking away our very dignity. How can Gitle in your territory and control your water? How can Gitle territory how Ghana yamtlakas? They don't be telling Soweto people all that garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like it shows the disrespect. So le motho a phelang ka dijojo o le pla dithaba.
Hona le metsi a ko potsang. You are literally surrounded by mountains, and the only thing that is coming out there that you can see is water.
Yeah,
we have plenty of water, but they treat us like we don't have water. Like
it's very sad.
And what?
So the only way I would say to handle it is again, do it the Orania way, except without being in Orania. Because Orania is built on racism. I don't care what nobody says, because when you go there, but it's like, no, it's about it's about racism.
It's about racism and
how can you tell me that like
looking for their own interest?
You know what I'm saying? Like now when Kwakwa was its own thing, we were never like, you can't come here if you don't know how to speak Soto. You can't come here. Never. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're not a Soto person, or since Basotho, due to our connection with the Queen back then as a protectorate for Basotho, you know, he converted to Catholicism. So we are Christians, but we never imposed that. And even him, if you actually keep up with guys like Litsi and stuff, like when he gets asked about that, he'll tell you like look, it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? What's important is who we are as a people, as a nation, Basotho. And just because Umsotho elong passport there South Africa, don't think that these people see you that way.
Yeah.
Don't think that they see you that way. You know, look at how they treat you when you're out there. You know, the fear they have for you. Maybe you may look at it like, yeah, I feel like, nah, like. When people fear you, it means they could be plotting. Because no one wants to live in a situation where they are around people they fear. You know, so I'm just saying, like, because no one is speaking for you. I can tell you right now, I personally don't know who the mayor of Kwakwa is or whoever is the person that's in charge of this mess. I don't know, because they keep changing them. That's the other thing. Last time I checked, there was this other woman that can't even speak Soto or read, for that matter. Like, just a complete buffoon. And it's like, you know, that's why we don't want to get too deep into these things. Because obviously,
sound like
Muso wa onana, like, babulana, they're very dangerous. Once you start sticking your hands in it, that's why they keep these positions to people that are inept. That's why I'm like, the only leadership that worked for us was not political. It was cultural. It was heritage-wise.
That's where, you know? that was the main focus.
Yeah, and on that level, we seem to get it right. Because Little Soto, as soon as they stopped and they let the military have its way and coups and they removed the royals and like it turned into a mess.
It turned into a
Same thing,
mess.
Loro, after 94. As soon as we let in African National Congress, they're not South African National Congress. Like sometimes you should check out these people and their motives and what they stand for. The fact that there's a lot of people that don't even know Flakatwakwa right now, the history, the richness that the people were creating here. Like, I just want my people by Kopole. And look, if you are an important person that knows, you don't want your legacy in dust. Find out afterwards, mama in position,
Yeah, I think
do something.
as people as well, we need to stand up and start doing stuff on our own so that they can see that we don't need them.
Yeah.
If they realize that we don't need them, I'm telling you, we'll go far.
And it's all about money. So sorry to interrupt you there. So remember when I said we should go back because these kings they've been given incentives to not do things. Us as the people, we have to be logical and understand no one is just gonna stand and let go of their riches just to help you, right? Like that's unfortunately the sort of world we live in. So we have to incentivize them. All this chalete lisang dikerekeng, lisang and dikereke tsa makore ko go batho ba rona.
That's that, boy.
People I receive all these weird things. Like,
that
all I'm saying is you guys have money. You guys have money. You can't tell me if you donate, if the whole, let's say Makening, everyone owns a 50 rand, sends it straight to their king, right? Right? You'll tell me yours. Tell me who your king is, on the comment section. If my Kening Kaufela decides, okay, each month they're going to 50 rand, he's so Tieto, Ramjuet or Rekloka Inkasi. One told how could he fail? Yeah, and after that first month, they calculate the Kaufel, okay, this is how much Kamra Huit rates up Ghana, guys, here inside 50 rand. Okay, keep Ghana, and that Mrena sees or Kupoko Children. Children and a high feet like this certain level. Hokopa, okay, it's a pavement, the Kahara, Makini, one tall Kahara, and stuff like that. Because, if we look for a politician to do that,
it's not
gonna super politicians they do that, guys.
It's not gonna happen.
One tall, and this way, he doesn't have to worry about what the government is giving him. We're not interrupting with that, but him as a king, right? He has to have that role of okay, I am a custodian to my people's money. They giving me this money to do something for them. And, we can go straight back to naming things again. Like $1, why isn't there a Seattle Street? $1. It's because niggas ain't doing shit no more. $1. But they need to be incentivized, unfortunately. Back then, they didn't have to because they were not getting anything. They had to. And they did the exact same thing. Still all over again. So this time, I'm like, us as the people, suffering the most. So those 50 rands, if you can, Lipa, send it to Mreno. This is just an idea. I'm not but I'm saying these are logical ways that way. That's how only one can.
Unfortunately, that's the only way to go about it.
Yeah.
As a community, at the end of the day, you need to come together and strategize and see how you guys gonna donate and collect funds to better your community.
If you look re qeta ho thola di matric results, right? Kasi ya lona kaofela wa tseba I'm sure kasi each kasi Makeni Mo, maybe we got maybe 5 kids that just got their matric results. They qualified to go to varsity. They ain't got funding. Imagine kasi ya lona enale funding tseba di behileng just for that. It's something we can do. Instead, the whole year, and all this. I'm not looking down on people that do that, but I'm saying surely we can do more if we can do that, right? Like if we can re khaza to re ka December ho etswe di food basket and all that stuff, like surely if we want to see progress, if you ukhathethe gore your neighbor and be jealous, it's gonna be hard or your neighbor be jealous. It's about you possibly contributing towards wana ha qeta khono as girl. Mantol, it's gonna. We need to get back to that.
You need to
as
get back.
silly as it is, as what this is how all these other races are doing it, and you guys are waiting there, Sydney, and waiting for South Africa has never even had a Soto president.
Never.
And I don't think they're ever going to. At this point, Howlem Soto, you should be understanding or a country nana, it's under which lines. And even those people, you see, they're not doing for that people. You know, I've seen a Xhosa president come in. I ain't seen Eastern Cape improve. You know,
Seen a Zulu come in.
I've seen a Zulu come in. I ain't seen KZN improve.
Seen a vendor come
seen
in.
a vendor guy come in. Hey man, it's money in the couches. So
In the
I
couch.
don't know, right? I don't know. But I remember when
Dollars.
my people were running their own things and we got things done.
Yeah.
You know, I can
Like
only
in
speak
less
for
than
my
you
people.
guys did here for yourself in less than 10 years. Botshabelo, everything that you see there, apparently it was built in less than 10 years. So I think we can do it in another 10 years. We can like build stuff that we can be really proud of.
Yeah.
I think so.
And okay, to be done with this topic, we're gonna play our part by dropping some of the most authentic music you'll ever hear. The Tulwana Tsa Qwaqwa is coming straight to you with the most patriotically Soto, patriotically South African music you'll ever hear. I'm promising you right now.
That's all we are.
My boy is probably gonna drop something in 2 weeks' time or something like that. And
Look out for that.
Maluti is gonna blow your mind. I'm telling you, Tag Questa, when it comes out, you'll understand why. Guys, all I'm saying is, Luena Molendane, do your part, right? Like, there's an African word for it, sankofa. So, guys, let's practice that. Let's practice that. Enough with the practicing Ubuntu for everyone. How about we practice it for our people?
Basotho.
The closest people to you, the people they look how for a fact they'll have to stand for you.
Yep.
Because I'm starting to see these other tribes move very, very suspiciously, and I just want my people to be ready. So, if you are an artist, this is the time for you to make your most authentic music. This isn't the time to be trying to sound like Nasty C. I'm sorry.
Aries.
Or Aries. This isn't the time for that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, this is not the time for that.
Nah.
Right now is the time for you to be studying guys like Buntate Stana. If you Zulu, you better be studying guys like Java. If you Xhosa, I don't know. Simulation Raps. I respect him, you know. Dude, if you are from Limpopo, no matter what people say about him, like that's authentic.
It's authentic him.
Keep it authentic. You know what I'm saying? So, because right now, the fakes are about to be really exposed. People who are really led by fools is about to be exposed for real. So, like, it's time for us to really get back. I've been brushing up to Sotunsaka, going back to the lab. Because it's the most authentic stuff right now. And that's just the theme of this whole podcast. And I want to leave them there. I'll give you a chance to really give them your side of it. But like, nakbatla siara but baheso. Bana ba bontate. Goba gona ona mtlang re etsa tsa dintho for bomma lesotho ke leleme la bontate wanthola so e kopa le khopoleng ke kopa re aiming and just in everything you do in your workplace. Highly Heritage Day, don't wait Sorry that I said that. Don't wait for Heritage Day, yo. On a random day, over keneka kobo. What's all? Gents, on
Be
a regular
proud of
on a
being
regular
yourself.
day, nje so sama khwa au keneka koto da je utswere fe. Alright, nothing me near.
They're gonna say you are scaring the white people.
That's
That's your tradition.
when they protest
So fine.
you guys are scarier than us. Soga. Yeah, man, I'm gonna leave it there.
Well, I would say mainly because this is where I live. So I was born and bred it.
Speak for my people.
I speak for Watwa. It's time. We've been sleeping. We've been roller coasting. People, let's be honest. We've been chilling. We've been, lay back, letting things happen. It's time for us to do stuff on our own. That is my main goal. I don't want you to say, go fight who and then get who from me. The funds. No. Let's do our own thing. Like we can build our small community. It does not have to be luxurious or 5-star township.
We just need peace, hearts, or
we need peace, security,
safety,
and,
security. Yeah.
We need those things so that we can better our kids' lives and future. Because if Batola didn't in place, they were too young to overcome whatever it comes their way in this world that we're living in today, in the 21st century. Then they can overcome some of those things and then, really fight with the resources that we would have already provided them, I know some of us, Rotsgatata and all of that, but, even if you don't have that 20 rand or 50 rand that my boy was talking about, your hands it's more than enough, let's find out. Actually, if we can come together, we'll have solutions to everything, because now we can sit down and strategize what we want to do. Re batla ho etsa eng from moving this from now on. Re batla ho etsa eng ho ya pele, re ka kgona etsa ntho tse ngata if fela re ka kopanang, ga dula mmoho, ga nahana maqheka le maano a hore mathata a re a tshwereng today re a tackle jwang, re feta jwang di problem tse re nang le tsona within our communities. I believe every community needs to fix itself. I'm sorry, but Mangaung, you have to fix yourself. Teddy Chaba, you have to fix yourself. Those communities need to come together and fix their problems in those communities. Makening, you have to do that for yourself. Tabong, Tefu, you guys have to come together. At the end of the day, no one is gonna look at your own interest if when you don't want to be part of it. Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. Otherwise, it's not renter the whole time.
Yeah, a bit of a serious one. But like, gents, come on. Like, it can't all be fun and games all the time. It's a special episode. That's why we started it with the voice note. Just look out for it. Guys, next week, we definitely going to drop more podcasts for you. Like we said, consistency.
Yeah, it needs to happen.
Yeah, dog, we're not playing.
We're not playing.
We're not
You
playing.
can see us like
Consistency.
talking on the mics, on the golden mics. 2litreBoiZ kara game me.
That's a bit late.
La ka fihla ka 80.
Mona Raspenda.
Raspenda.
Reflex. Check it out, guys. Just one more time, please. If you are into gospel music, if you are into really music that is independent, if you are into supporting local people that are really doing it for themselves, trying to really climb the ladder out there, just go on Spotify or Facebook or YouTube, my bad, and type in COC Ndumiseni. Look for the album called Bakankitsang, and go ahead and have a listen there. That's our first offering from Ditlona Kwakwa Studios. So yeah, go ahead and support that right over there, because it's really gonna be work like that's gonna be able to also improve us, bringing you guys higher quality studio, really improving the equipment and all that. So just
My
please.
equipment there now, it's pretty much
Yeah,
up
yeah.
there. Like no one can tell me shit. Like our equipment is world class, my nigga.
Yeah, but like we also want to record maybe guy circle tabbing guy.
Yeah.
So it's
Outdoorsy stuff.
a Shapa podcast. Maybe you get to invite us. Maybe that my trending or wherever. Shapa bla price stand alone. You know what I'm saying? Let's really get
that's coming.
moving.
That's definitely coming.
We want to host like pool parties. Game. Not like pool parties, like pool tournament parties. Okay, like we'll come to your tavern, we'll shoot a podcast right there while you guys are doing the things. You know what I'm saying? And so that we can promote everyone whichever way we can.
Yeah, so long as it's in the borders of Kwakwa, we are down to promote, help, whatever needs to our people going and pushing,
Let's
We're
keep
down for
pushing,
that.
guys. And support us as well. Like I said, COC Endumiseni, Church of Christ. That's what the COC is standing for. The name of the project is called Bakanketsang. So please check that out. Mel, anything else before we bounce?
Yeah, 2litreBoiZ kara game me loka fitla ka late. Yeah, I wanted to say that shit.
You'll have the full context when the 2litreBoiZ project comes out, because jeez, man, I think we all can't wait for that to come out. That's why man, but yeah, maybe you should put that as an outro track.
What on
this episode.
on this?
Put a bit of that, like especially parting you up Vela.
2litreBoiZ kara.
I'll send you the track and then you can just do
loka
it.
fitla ka 80.
Alright guys, we out of here.
Yeah, we
Boom.
out.
Ditulala.
You know.
2litreBoiZ podcast.
See you guys on the
See you
next
guys
one.
Next one on the next episode.
Boom. We out.
Arekena bare mame bafana bana se ba le teng ke ditaba tse le tsa makeneng bona hape a ka pala taxi. Okay, let me address the facts. Wa tshwana le abate le tla etsa se re le phakati